All right. Here we are. Welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I think I'll wait a second until a few more people show up. Oh, hello, Stephanie. Welcome. Everyone, again, as I always start the show with same question. You'd think I would just figure it out for once. Let me know if I'm too quiet or the music is too loud. I listened back to a couple old episodes and the music was, I could barely hear it, but I could hear me loud as hell, which I don't know if that's the intended effect. So, erasure is the mood of the evening for Stephanie. I can imagine. You're mega busy doing crazy cool stuff with really cool people. And I think erasure is pretty solid for that kind of lifestyle. Oh, good. Thank you. All right. So tonight, I figured we're just gonna do a cool, easy show and head into a classic movie that I really like that I haven't seen in a long time. Maybe as most of you can tell from the cover image, it's Rebel Without a Cause, starring James Dean, Natalie Wood, and Sal Mineo, among others. And here I did give James Dean, who, like, the movie opens with him taking a bit of a nap on the street, which is a little weird, but who knows what these young delinquents are wont to do. And I gave him a little unicorn to cuddle with. Also tonight, as we usually do, I'm going to need everybody's help in giving everyone in the movie a few new friends, because I don't know, like, the movie is great, and I know the point of it is to delve into self-discovery and a topsy-turvy world that just doesn't understand these young kids today. But tonight, maybe we give them some new buddies to run around with. And pretend like we're in a parallel world where James Dean and Sal Mineo and Natalie Wood have a nice happy ending, because they had really cool friends throughout the movie. So, that's what we're doing tonight, while we listen to some 80s and 90s new wave music that I'm sure James and Sal would have listened to had they been alive in the 80s and 90s. These characters, anyways. You know, I'm positive they would have dug hardcore on this stuff. Also, a cool thing about Rebel Without a Cause, and there are plenty of essays and articles and videos about it, is a really cool gay flick. Like, James and Sal are like, they're ready for each other, and Natalie is too. Like, it is a very inclusive, relationship friendly film. So let's get into it. Speaking of inclusivity, inclusivity sounds lame in the way that I'm about to use it. That's stupid. I take that back. Not inclusivity, like just people. People around us and people that are people. Today is Trans Visibility Day, which is pretty cool. So, happy Trans Visibility Day. And I wanted to, there it is, I wanted to share real quick a few trans musicians and storytellers that I really appreciate, that I listen to their music and watch their videos very often. The first one is Zoe Blade. Highly recommend her music. It's really good. She makes a lot of really crazy stuff with like old mixers and interfaces, and I mean, she's an incredible musician. Then there's McPhears. And her real name is May Lights. She also makes amazing music, and she does really cool video essays on some pretty transgressive films, like my kind of stuff. And then, like, I think everyone knows ContraPoints. Natalie Wynn. So, that's my suggestions, which I might do every show. Just a few suggestions of cool stuff. And this being Trans Visibility Day, I think these three are pretty solid signpost in the direction of some really awesome stuff. All right. Let's get into Rebel Without a Cause. All right. First scene. Or this isn't the first scene in the movie. It's the first scene we're taking care of. Is the knife fight at the observatory. Now, I say we give James Dean a few friends in his corner. He seems a little outnumbered. He's got this greaser giving him shit, wanting to do a knife fight. Who wants to do a knife fight on a nice spring day? Thank you, Anna. So, we're gonna give James Dean some buddies. Anyone feel free to recommend anything as crazy or as mundane as you want. It's all accepted here. I think we are going to start. You know what we haven't drawn on this show in quite a few weeks? Who I feel like is one of the real like core characters that drives in the Bleed Live. We haven't had Medusa. Magda Medusa to start with. And Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill. Yes, indeed. Good one. I'm writing that down. Well, she was so cool in that. Daryl Hannah's so cool in everything. Whether it's Splash, Kill Bill, Bear Claw, I believe it's called. Ah, ding dang it. Yeah, she's awesome. And of course, Blade Runner. Like, she's one of the coolest parts of that movie. After I saw Blade Runner for the first time when I was young, like the story itself is really slow, and it's essentially watching Harrison Ford snack, drink, and nap for 2.5 hours in a really beautiful setting. So I actually didn't care much about the story. Of course, the story is great, blah, blah, blah. It's really great. You know, don't let film nerds know that I said it's a boring movie. But the look of it made such a deep impact on my brain that I was drawing everything in that style. And every female character, and probably quite a few male characters, got the black airbrush band across the eyes with the spiky blonde hair. Because I thought Daryl Hannah was just the coolest thing I'd ever seen at that point. Okay, so let's draw her first. We're doing Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill. Sorry, I was about to draw Daryl Hannah from Blade Runner. I got so amped up about it. But her as Kill Bill, what was her name? Was she Black? No, she wasn't Black Mom, but that was Uma Thurman, Beatrix. She was, I can't remember. Anyway, let's get her here. Enough jibber jabber. This greaser better think twice. Might want to turn in his leather jacket and pomade. Once he sees that Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill is standing behind James Dean. for some room to breathe here. Ellie Driver. Yes. That's one of the weirdest emojis I've ever seen in my life. It's super cute. What is happening? Oh, it's a heart with a strong Wi-Fi connection on a happy huggy face. All right. I dig it. It's 2021. We can be whatever we want to be. I'm happy you're here tonight, Stephanie. It's awesome. Stephanie herself, for anyone who is listening, for everyone else listening, just had her own show. I think it just ended a little while ago. It was pretty cool. Helb. If you haven't watched it or seen it, you should check it out. It's every Wednesday at 7. Oh, hello, Neil. Johnny Nightstick joining us. I'm just going to turn the music up just a little bit here because it seems like this homemade mix I did of a really great song might have gotten a little lost. Neil, and to everyone else just joining us, we are delving into Rebel Without a Cause. We feel like maybe James Dean, Sal Mineo, and Natalie Wood wouldn't have gone so astray in their delinquent ways if they had some new buddies to back them up in the troubling times that they were growing up in. And so far we have Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill, who I am putting in James Dean's corner as we speak. As he's preparing to have a knife fight with this leather-clad goon on the LA Observatory. Also, for anyone just joining us, absolutely feel free to pop in the chat and suggest other friends to give our heroes, our really cool, inclusive heroes. I think, as I said in the beginning of the episode, they're like the Rebel Without a Cause is definitely inclusive of different types of relationships that were not quite accepted back then, or even now for that matter. I mean, we're a little better about it, but it's pretty cool. I think that was one cool thing about the movie is the three of them really seemed to find some kind of peace amongst themselves, but then outside just wasn't happening. You know what is kind of weird though is like they all meet in jail, right? In at the local precinct, and Natalie Wood has been arrested. She's been picked up for just being a delinquent out after curfew, I believe. That's goofy. And then James Dean is picked up because why was he arrested? Probably just looking too good and making everyone else feel like a slob. Yeah, exactly, Neil. The Celluloid Closet does have a lot to say about this flick, and there are some really good essays on this movie that I don't think are just wishful thinking. I feel like a lot of essays are like a lot of articles and stuff look at movies and dig into them and pull out an interpretation that is good, but that might not have been the intention of the original filmmakers. This one, I think that it was all there. All right, we have Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill. For the most part, I'm not going to go insane drawing everything perfectly, because that's why. Everyone's just going to have to deal with the repercussions of my decisions on my show. Thank you, Neil. All right. Who else? Who else do we want in James Dean's corner? I love this movie. Oh, we were gonna do Magda Medusa. Yes. Oh man. This hot rod gang doesn't know what's about to hit them. The fools. These ding dang fools. Is the music all right? The music sounds really quiet to me. I think it's because I might have goofed on it a little hard with the mixing and manipulation. I'm turning it up a little more until someone tells me it's too loud and drowning me out. Jimmy was his name. Yes. Ding dang it. I was this for the last half hour. I've been trying to remember what James Dean's... Wait, was his name Jimmy in the movie? Right? I know it's Jimmy Dean. What was his name in the movie? Sal Mineo was Play-Doh. James Dean was... I thought it was Jimmy, right? Billy? Timmy? Cuddles? And Natalie Wood's name in the movie was... It was all of this was on the tip of my tongue right before we started. But yes, Buggy Eyes would be totally aces. We're doing that first. Yes. Such a good idea. Is there anything better than big buggy eyes? Eyes bugging out of their head? Or did you mean like actual bug eyes, like compound eyes? Okay, let's split the difference, just in case. I want to cover my bases. I want to satisfy my loyal and dedicated viewers. So he's getting compound bugged out eyes. just in case. Just in case, Neil. This is, I just want to, I don't want to disappoint you. This is what we're doing. Okay. Okay, good. That's the cool thing about the delay that you get with YouTube is you never know until a moment later if you're totally goofing it. Which it seems I am now. But it's too late. I've already committed. Ooh, Stephanie with the Care Bear. I like it. We're putting a Care Bear in here. All right. I'll write that down. I wonder which Care Bear should we throw in here to help him give the Care Bear stare to this ne'er-do-well. I think, let's see, we're going to put Care Bear right down here. Yeah, oh, that's perfect. That's so much better. We'll put Magda Medusa in another frame. We've got a few frames of film to work with. And I think the Care Bear definitely fits a little better down here. Oh, what have I done? Okay. I had to look up Care Bears real quick. They look different than I remember. I never had any Care Bears. I don't know why I said that with such a forlorn tone in my voice. I never wanted any Care Bears. They're crazy looking. Bedtime, is that a real one? It's totally a real one. Okay. All right. Bedtime bear. Here we go. So good that you have a favorite Care Bear. All right, let's see if I can do this without really goofing on the bear. I mean, it's Care Bear. Care Bear just wants to love. Hope everyone is doing okay in these new improved times of the pandemic. Here in Austria, we are getting ready for another intense lockdown. But I believe in the US and Canada, things are kind of on track for the most part, right? That's kind of cool. Felix. Welcome back, Felix. Just to catch you up and to catch up anyone else who is just joining us, we are doing a dive into Rebel Without a Cause. We are giving these juvenile delinquents some buddies and some friends to stand at their side and at their back in this topsy-turvy world, and hopefully make their lives a little easier than we saw in the movie. As amazing as the movie is, this is a parallel dimension where we're going to help out our heroes instead of revel in their discomfort and confusion of being a young person in the world they're living in. And so far, we have Daryl Hannah from Kill Bill. We have given Jimmy some big bug eyes, a lot of them, because I was unclear whether Neil wanted just big bugged out eyes or actual bug eyes. So I compromised, did both. And now we're putting in a Care Bear, bedtime bear. Also, for anyone joining us just now, feel free to suggest who else we should throw in here as allies for our friends. Thank you, Felix. It's great to be back. Sorry I had to skip or cancel last week's show. I was just really busy with something that I couldn't put off. There we go. Actually, Felix, no. Nobody has yet suggested Satan. And now, Satan is absolutely on the guest list for Rebel Without a Cause. Yeah, good one. Good choice. I like it. Okay. Adding a little color proved to be a mistake. So I'm just going to add a little shading. Oh. There we go. One bedtime bear. All right. I think that's good for... Oh. Thank you, Neil. Neil says, I'm loving the vibe that Natalie Wood is putting out. Right? Yeah, she's looking to change this game, for sure. She started off with these losers. And then she sees, like, oh, that's what a real loser is. Like the cool kind of loser. James Dean. This is a real person. I think I'm gonna chillax with that guy. That is also a good question, Neil. Asking Stephanie if Bedtime Bear is just her favorite bear, or if he's just the most appropriate for this particular scene. I feel like the answer could be yes and yes. All right. Ooh, smooth transition. Okay, so we did the Care Bear, did Daryl Hannah, Satan. Yes, I think this is a pretty good scene for Satan to pop in. Here we have James Dean caught in the crossfire of his parents. Mom, a bit overbearing, and seemingly regretful of her decision to marry this man and start a family with him. And the father, seemingly regretful for letting her push him into marriage and starting a family with her. So, who's going to stand with James Dean? Satan. Let's get Satan in there. Let's get Satan on the line. Right? He does. He absolutely does almost look like Satan already. Let's see, what kind of I'm not sure what kind of Satan we're gonna do. I've always been a fan of the debonair Satan. You know what Satan we're gonna do? We're gonna do I might be painting myself into a corner here because Robert De Niro is really hard to draw. But his turn as Satan in Angel Heart is maybe one of my favorite depictions of Lucifer. Let's see if I can do this with some relative skill. Ooh, and I should also mention, for anyone joining us, the music tonight is what I assume James Dean, Sal Mineo, and Natalie would be listening to should these characters have been around in the 80s and 90s. Just a ridiculously full case full of mixtapes of their favorite new wave love songs. Ooh, and there are also a couple songs on here. I think there's a song on here that I'm sure you might dig all the songs, Felix, but there's one on here in particular that I was thinking of when I put it together that I think you'll like, if it's recognizable when it shows up. And there's one in there for you too, Neil. Or like not. It was one that I put on there that I thought, oh, I bet these guys are going to dig this. If there's time, can everyone be smoking at least one, if not multiple cigarettes? Neil, for you and for that suggestion, I will make time. Ah, and another thing is, I'm not exactly sure when Easter is. I know it's soon, and that's another reason why I chose Rebel Without a Cause. It's my favorite Easter movie. Because the movie takes place around Easter. That's why it's an Easter movie. In case anyone is wondering why I just decided to say something like, "Yeah, Rebel Without a Cause, it's an Easter movie." Easter isn't like a big deal in the movie, but it's an Easter movie. And everyone's just going to have to learn to deal with that fact. Okay, that is not, it's not the worst Robert De Niro I've ever drawn. I've drawn much worse Robert De Niros. So here we have Robert De Niro as Satan. Felix, thank you very much. I think that is a wonderful addition. And now, obviously, it's time for okay. Must have been something you said. Sure. Let's see. Cigarette. I mean, it was the 50s. Let's smoke them if you got them. As the fun-loving criminals once dropped such incredible wisdom on us long ago. Smoke 'em, smoke 'em, smoke 'em if you got 'em. If you don't got 'em, then you hit rock bottom. And this is definitely a movie about hitting rock bottom. Yeah. Is it, though? I think I'm getting hyperbolic. Never mind. Strike that last bit from the record. I'm drawing some cigarettes. So yeah, mom's got a... We're giving... Yeah, I don't know why I gave mom the 50s. I don't know why I gave mom a normal cigarette. She's getting a Virginia Slim. So slim, you can smoke 2 of them at the same time. If you're really determined, you can even smoke 3. So let's give her 3. I think she's gonna have one in her hand here. Maybe one in another hand. Oh my god, this family loves smoking. And James Dean, he's got one between thumb and forefinger, and maybe between index finger and middle finger. Dad's puffing on 2 lucky strikes at the same time. Yeah, let's give. I mean, of course, Satan is smoking as well. Obs. There we go. Oh, it's smoky in here. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness. The music's getting a little out of hand. That's what happens when you die in someone's arms at 60% speed. Becomes a very intense situation. All right, next scene. Smooth transition. I should have walked away. All right. We need some new friends for our friends. I love this image of them where they look like they just stumbled onto the set of Who's Afraid of the Dark, or an episode of Goosebumps. They're about to solve some zany mystery. The the ghost of 7-Eleven. I feel like they're going up the stairs there. There's a 75% chance they're going to run into Vincent Price as a special guest star on Tales for the Crypt for Kids. And for anyone joining us, for anyone who's been listening since the beginning, forgive the, what do they call that in radio when they restate everything? Yeah. For anyone just joining us, we're diving into Rebel Without a Cause. We're giving our friends some more friends in hopes that they don't have such a tragic end by the end of the film. Anyone with any suggestions, by all means, put it in the chat, and I will do my best to get them in there. Magna Medusa. We haven't had Magna Medusa in here yet. That is a great idea, Stephanie. Ray Gillette. 100%. Take my heart, don't break my heart, don't throw it away. We'll just have to write down Ray Gillette real quick. There we go. That's going to be good. Thank you, Neil. Or was that perfect for Stephanie, for the Ragellette? Either way, I'm taking credit. I don't give a shit. I'm drawing it. It's my show. I'm sorry. I take it back. Felix, there's absolutely time for details. What would you like? You would love to see one of the characters being stabbed by an arrow. Okay, let me jot that down real quick. Arrow stabbing. Okay, let's see. We're sorry, James, Natalie, Sal. One of you are gonna get stabbed by an arrow. It's just the way it goes. It's just what happens. There's always a risk. You show up, you end up on my show, and could be you get saved from drinking too much on the beach. You get saved by a polar bear, which is cool. Or you get stabbed by an arrow. You just never know. It's one of the things that makes life so precious and magical. It's the unpredictability of it all. Don't you forget about me. This is, I mean, obviously it's Simple Minds. Don't you forget about me. It is also my go-to jam at the karaoke bar. All right, there's Medusa. Now, okay. Don't stop me now. Somebody should. Yeah, Felix. I know exactly what you mean. I'm trying to. I bet that's a fun one to sing. I heard you sing that at your when you gave your defense, and we had the party there in the lab. That was really cool. I, the passion you put into that song is impressive. What? I hope karaoke bars open again here someday because I want to sing. All right, Ray Gillette, and then getting stabbed by an arrow. Let's see here. I think. Fat Bottom Girls. I bet that's another one that's really fun to sing. Yeah, good choice. It's also a great song. That's also a song that was responsible for one of the first times I remember getting turned on, if I may be so bold, in tonight's episode. Because I heard it and I was just at the right age when I kind of realized what the lyrics were going on about. And it's like, you big woman, you made a big man out of me. Like, you're gonna take me down by the campfire and show me what's up. It's actually pretty clear. It's not like subtlety is not the name of the game on that song, to be honest. When I think about it now. Yes, Stephanie says it is the best sung very drunk on the dance floor. I haven't done that ever, of course. Of course, Stephanie. I'm sure this is just an eyewitness account that you're relating to us, not an admission or confession. All right. Ooh, stabbed. I'm going to do stabbed by an arrow. and then we're going to do Rage Roulette, because stabbed by an arrow, I think, fits well in this frame of film, more so than the next. And ding dang it, I think it's only fitting that it's James. Sorry, James. Felix, you got it, dude. You don't gotta tell me twice. I'm with you. If we're going on a rampage, let's do it. You're all getting arrows, ding dang it. My I mean, if they're really true friends, obviously they would all want to catch an arrow each in solidarity for the first one. Oh, Sal. Plato, I'm sorry, dude. It's just your bad luck that only your head is visible in this particular frame of film. Thus, I am limited in where to put the arrow. You are getting the Steve Martin special. There we go. All right, Felix. I think that is a good addition. Right through the, I can't put an arrow through Salminio's eyes. He's such a cute kid. All right. I mean, who am I to deny my fans? Everyone's getting another arrow. I would feel really terrible if it's true. It's true. It's like a Halloween arrow from Mueller. Okay, everyone gets one more arrow for solidarity for poor Sal catching one in the eye. You are getting one in the neck. And Natalie, I think you just got the crossfire special. Sorry. It wasn't my choice. It was Felix. All right. Here we got arrows. And the last frame of the night. It's going to be Ray Gillette. You know what? Instead of this particular frame, let's give them the happy ending. This frame is just before, like he's given Plato his jacket. They're up at the observatory, and shit is about to go way down south for everybody involved. Heartbreak, death, disillusionment, more so than they already feel. So how about we do this frame instead? This is the one where they all lived happily ever after in a bisexual throuple relationship. Let's get Ray Gillette in here. It's a good question. Where can Ray fit in here? I do too, Anna. This sounds really fun. All right, everyone, we're relocating in the Bleed Live to the nearest large porch with a big, comfortable bench bed. And we're all going to sit there with each other's head on each other's legs and just chill out until the world gets cool again. Okay, let's see if I can draw. I've never drawn Ray Gillette, so let's see if I can do this without totally goofing it. All right. There we go. Done and done. It's a little abstract, but that's the way we goes. That's the way we goes. Great. Like English as a missing language. That's the way it goes. No, I'm not done. You're not. I will do Ray a little more justice than this. Hey, where'd my music go? Sorry, everyone let me know if I just made that too loud or not. Because, and maybe it's something on my end, but the music just dipped Okay, it's not the best Ray Gillette, but it is a Ray Gillette. What have I done to his shoulder? What's going on here? You're all right. A little Ray Gillette in here. Oh, sorry, Ray. Make a little room for Natalie, who was here before you. All right. I don't know. It's weird, but the way it goes. All right. And that's that. Like the 4 of them. Like a pretty nice finish to the movie. I can feel that I'm starting to lose my touch already. So I think I'm going to call it a night. I think this is a pretty nice place to end with Ray Gillette joining our trio as they nap into the sunset. Happy ending. We're all involved. Sorry, there we go. I'm going to bring the title screen back up. This has been In the Bleed Live. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate it. Yes. One night, we should try and figure out a way to do an In the Bleed karaoke night live. That would be pretty kick-ass. I'm really happy that all of you showed up for me tonight here and hung out with me. It was really nice. And thank you, Anna. Thank you, Felix. Thank you, Stephanie and Neil. And yeah, happy Transvisibility Day. Check out those people that I recommended in the beginning. Zoe Blade, May Lights, and Natalie Wynn. Those 3 ladies have given me hours upon hours upon hours of entertainment, info, and music to listen to while I'm working. They, I can't express enough how often I listen to Zoe Blade's music and May Lights' music, Nick Spheres' music. Like, those two cover pretty much any mood that I'm in while I'm working on my dark, weird, or fun, strange stories and drawing at my desk for hours. And yes, there we go. Thank you for spending some time with me. I really appreciate that. And I hope everyone is healthy and happy and safe. And if not, I hope you get that way soon. All right. I love everyone here. Have a good night.